My black is beautiful, strong, courageous, determined, successful.
We've got the windows rolled down. It's a good day today. Yeah. Playing my songs in the background. Baby, I'm feeling great. Yeah. Can't leave you on your own tonight. Taking my time to do you right.
Waiting in the lobby, and who do I see? Not one brown face that looks like me. The office door swings open. Who could it be? A white face eager for diversity. Not too urban, but ever picture perfect. Not too intelligent, but well articulate. Not too aware of dissatisfaction. Just a warm brown body to satisfy affirmative action. Working in their office, and what do I see? A small cold cubicle that doesn't belong to me.
We got the windows rolled down.
504 for life, you hear me? Look.
Growing up in New Orleans, you have an advantage over the whole fucking world. Like, we experience culture and creativity in a different way just because of how we perceive shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, you go out, you could see a second line anywhere. You could see somebody beat it up, the Mardi Gras Indian feathers and shit like that. Like, you don't see that nowhere else. So being here, you have an advantage culturally and creatively to make something better of the place. You know what I'm saying?
New Orleans is like no other place in the world. They call it the melting pot for a reason. People come here, people love the atmosphere, people love the culture, people love the ability to grow and thrive in everything that we do, and that's an advantage. When it comes down to networking, that is soon to be the backbone of everything that happens business-wise. I can only speak on the business side and slightly on the music side, but when it comes down to business and trying to get in the doors, it's all about who you know. People used to say it was education, and education is very vital, very important. It's important to learn something new every day. It's important to read. It's important to get better and, I guess, invest in yourself. But when it comes down to being in a room that you won't normally get in, it's all about who you know that's in that room. There's a saying going around that networking will get you in the rooms that degrees can't, and that's 100% true.
Networking in New Orleans, or my experience networking in New Orleans, is that you just have to get out and do things and not be afraid to talk to people, but more so prepare for those moments when you're given that opportunity to network. So my mom always told me growing up, the opportunity of a lifetime must be seized in the lifetime of that opportunity. I'm gonna say it one more time. The opportunity of a lifetime must be seized in the lifetime of that opportunity. And basically what that means is prepare for the opportunities that you're gonna have when they come, because that window of opportunity is only gonna be in that moment. So when it comes to networking, I feel like you have to prepare at home, looking in your mirror, just talking and preparing for that time you're gonna meet somebody that's super important.
Every person that I encounter, you have an impact on me. It's either gonna be a positive impact or a negative impact. And if that impact's negative, then you probably won't see me around them anymore, or you didn't serve no purpose. At first it wasn't no real support in what I did. It was just like if you tell somebody you rap today, they're just gonna be like, oh, another rapper. You see what I'm saying? Because they just think there's nothing special about you. It's just small things that just, whether it was good or bad, it just propelled me in the direction to make me go harder.
You can meet anybody anywhere. Like, there's plenty of celebrities that you can just meet downtown walking. You can meet anybody in the quarter. Like, it's easy to connect with people down here. The problem with that is that all those informal ways of meeting each other usually leads to, like, having to following up with these individuals is kind of hard. So it's like, the fact that it's so informal makes the business hard to be professional, because it's kind of be like a word of mouth things, not a lot of contracts being signed, not a lot of agreements being met. It's more of a like, yeah, I'll do it, yeah, I said this, said that. It's like he says, she says type stuff. Like, you gotta come to a common ground with stuff. So that could be a problem. That could slow stuff, because you know it's not really a business meeting. It's more like, oh, we chopping it up and coming up with ideas. But at the same time, like, that energy is what makes it genuine. Like, that's how you know someone's really interested in you. You just have to learn to establish those relationships early. Always constantly talk to people, meet people. Like, you just gotta be, you know, you gotta be able to push your own brand. You can't expect someone to do it for you.
When I was in high school, maybe like the 9th or 10th grade, I had a thing with wearing the school uniform. So me and my partner at the time, we came up with a clothing line concept. And the rules during high school was that you couldn't wear no hoodies, no sweatshirts, anything that wasn't the school's uniform or school teams during school hours. But because we made our own shit, the principal let us wear our own shit all the time. My business partner had a brand called Endearment we trust in San Diego, and I figured that we needed something in the city to bring everybody together. So I was the birth child of the Endearment we trust movement. I had a little partner that I was running with who went to Cuff, and my partner turns out to be the cousin, or the younger cousin of my business partner that I'm with now. Young Licks, he played a pretty key role in keeping me consistent and like showing me that there's ways and there's like other stages that I haven't hit yet as far as entrepreneur and clothing goes. Another person who helped me out was Kendall Banks, just because Kendall's like my evil brother. So like on bad days, Kendall's good. On good days, I'm bad. If that makes sense. We just keep it going day to day.
I think people around me did a great job being a positive influence to me. You see what I'm saying? So off the back, I guess I would have to shout out Ludi. You see what I'm saying? Because I had no order to none of the stuff that I was doing until Ludi decided to start rocking with me and showed me that he believed in me. I have a big homie that has invested in me for years. You see what I'm saying?
You know, we're growing. We're starting something completely new from scratch, and it's like, it's with all my partners, so it's fun. And then, like, we're reaching places that we never thought we would reach, like, you know. And with me joining in, like, I feel like, you know, I add an extra leg on the promotion side because a lot of people know who I am. I'm able to insert certain things in certain places that weren't able to reach as easily. So now they're gonna get that when they want to. They're gonna be able to move it when they want to because they want my demand as well. So it's just like it adds more value to the company, and that's why I like working with them because they help me, I help them, and now I got a team behind me as well. Usually it was like just me or whoever I decide to hire at an event. They're always gonna make sure that like my parties are gonna be lit. They're always gonna make sure people are gonna come through. They're always gonna talk about it with people, just like the same thing as vice versa. So it works both ways.
Just not even on the music side, just as people, period. Like he showed us stuff we wouldn't have known probably. But like we was gonna find out eventually regardless. But together it was just gonna be like
It made the process easier and faster.
It made it more like
smooth. Facts.
Yeah, it was just all love from the beginning, and then it's like we really could do something with it, and like you know more the business side than we do, and we can help you on this side with the music. Yeah. So it's like it went hand
even
in
trader.
hand. Yeah, it went hand in hand, and it was like it wasn't just for no beneficial reasons. Like we both just genuinely started like had a relationship off the rip. Like it wasn't we ain't go into it with those intentions. But once we seen it could blossom into something bigger than all of us, it's like, yeah, we could do it.
Like, we done work with everybody in the city, for sure. Anybody that make music in the city, they done did something where we stay lit.
So I think with black people, there's not a lot of resources sometimes for us to really understand what business really is. Because, like, even for me, like, knowing how to do your taxes, knowing that you have to have an LLC for certain things, and knowing that you have to, you know, copyright certain things, these are all things that are very important, but not necessarily always taught to us. You know what I'm saying? In a way that it's reachable. Like other people, this stuff is handed down to them, basically, this information. So like, you know, knowing how to manage your money, knowing how to manage your time, like all these things are very, very important to being a black creative.
I wouldn't say that there's anything missing. I say that if we just break it down to the basics. When I first started working in finances, I reached out to someone who I wanted to be like. I anticipated following that same career path, and he told me the first thing to do is just to understand everything coming in and everything going out. So I feel like when it comes down to entrepreneurs and I guess African-American business owners, that's what we can control. So once we control what we can control, everything else leading up to our goals and our dreams, everything will just follow lines. So when it comes down to just money, just know where you're spending your money and know where your money's coming from. And once you understand that, you can just build from that.
Just keep supporting the ones who do good business, not just support any business. All black business, yes. I want to see everybody win, definitely. But some people really need to get their shit together before they try to sell anything at all. It's like spinning wheels in mud. We just need a little organization, you know? We got the recipe, we got the ingredients. Everybody just needs to get in the kitchen at the same time and cook like we know how to cook, but there's just so many egos and so much power struggling going on. Things get lost in translation.
It wasn't. It started with a couple other people, but it's like, you know,
Things change.
yeah, things change.
Roster
time change.
switches around.
Yeah, but it's like the core. We ain't never lose the core of people. So it's like the strong survive.
I just believe in putting positive energy into all situations, because when niggas be on that negative shit, you see that shit back. That shit come back to you.
We could be bigger together. Like we breaking the narrative for sure.
So,
But that's in New Orleans. It's very territorial.
I got a couple of haters and a couple of duplicates, but overall it's been received pretty well. I can walk in rooms and people know who I am. I can walk in rooms and like the whole energy changes when people know who I am or what I got going on. So it's mostly positive, maybe like 85, 90% positive, but that's like 10% haters and shit like that. Like I can't really get too much business done in the city because people don't really like the success that we coming across and how we doing it so easily and so like effortless. No cap. I'm gonna switch my captions too. There we go. All right.
I just know that you do some fuck shit sometimes, but there might come a day where you become an asset to me, and I just feel like that's with any business. Like you don't never show nobody your hand. You don't let nobody know you got a problem with them, because then you're giving them the upper hand instantly.
You gotta just be able to realize it when people trying to use you for beneficial reasons, just genuinely rocking with you. Like everybody, we all on the same vision. We keep the same mindset. We be on each other.
You have to be driven. Like, you have to be driven. That's really like the main thing. And you have to have a passion for what you're doing as far as the business goes that you're in. Because if you can't wake yourself up and do what you got to do to get to the goals that you want to achieve, nobody's going to do it for you because it's your dream, you know? So with that being said, if you're not driven, if you don't have the passion for that specific thing that you're in, then it's nothing to it. You might as well just have a 9-to-5 instead of being an entrepreneur.
Maybe we should stop partying all the fucking time. Sometimes we should have conversations outside of just you heard me, you know what I'm saying? Maybe we should have an actual dialogue. I don't know, people need to wake up and ask themselves real questions. Are they doing what the fuck they want to do to make themselves happy? Do you really want to be in that business? Are you really happy? And if you're not, get the fuck out the way, because some people are really dying for this shit every day and they really just want an opportunity to put their shit where it needs to be, in front of people.
Always proactive rather than reactive. If we're proactive and we have goals, we have ambitions, we have passion, and we write these goals down and then we do the small medial tasks in order to attain the big goals, I feel like that's how we need to be, rather than what African Americans as a whole have been in the past as far as reactive, waiting for something to happen and then reacting to it, and then waiting for something else to happen and then reacting to it. And if we realize that we're in control of our own destiny, we have more purchasing power as a whole, more than every other race on this planet. If we tap into that and understand that we need a plan and we need to execute that plan and be proactive with that plan, we'll be far better off.
My goal for this year is really to plan and execute. And I think that's a part of it as well, just planning out what you want to see to happen so that you can execute it effectively. And when everybody asks me this year, like, what you doing? Planning and executing, that's it. That's all I can do. That's all I want to do. Because the things that I want in life are things I have to work for. It's not anything that's material. It's not anything that somebody can bring me as a gift. It's like I have to work for these things. So in order to see those things come to life, I have to be driven. I have to have the passion for it, and that's what it takes to be an entrepreneur. And sometimes even you can block yourself, but don't even let yourself get in the way. Just every day.
So support the real, fuck the bullshit. All that clout shit is confusing people. Y'all take all day. I ain't tripping. We got more to give.
To stay consistent more than anything. With me, I have to consistently have events to stay relevant. And I mean, you would feel like, you know, after you have that one big one, you know, I could go on a hiatus, I could chill, but like you're not there yet to chill. You have to keep pumping out regardless if you feel like you're overdoing it or not, because there's plenty of people who pretty much had it but lost it. Like, it's easy to get to the top. The hard part is to maintain.
When it comes down to the marketing, it's like 50-50. Half of the stuff is like thought of like prior, and half of the stuff is like on the spot type, opportunity type moves. Like, one of the marketing strategies that I pride myself on is like putting shit in people's face. So, for example, there may be like 10 popping artists in the city. Out of those 10, maybe like 7 gonna have something on that I made, rather it's only for the motivated and know that we trust, or rather some loyalty club type shit. But the whole point of it is it's in your face. So every like 2 or 3 people you scroll on Instagram, boom, it's right there. If you go out to a show, whether it's a Free Water show, a Highland Wolf show, or anything like that, boom, it's in your face. If you go to the mall, it might be in that store all over the whole rack. It's like when you listen to the radio and you learn the song after hearing it like 10 times, after your 7th time of seeing that hat, you're going to be like, all right, I think I need to get one. No cap.
You have to be able to construct business that's best for you and not what's best for other people. Because there's been times I had parties where like my expenses was crazy, only because I wanted to make sure everybody was paid. Everybody had this, and everybody who asked to be on, my partners to be on it, was that. And at the end of the day, sometimes they still weren't satisfied. And like, it just make me feel like, you know, this is my money. You know what I'm saying? I put this together and I put y'all on it. So it's like, you know, sometimes it can get annoying when that happens, but you know, that's why you just gotta remember to construct it as business. Like, if I'm gonna take it seriously, like it can't just be like I have everybody on it. Like, I have to represent my brand and who would it make sense to have on it.
God ain't never let me down. You see what I'm saying? Like, and I'm not a person that be big on pushing religion on people or nothing like that. But man, I don't be scared of nothing at this point. Like, the worst shit could happen today, and I'm a take a moment to take it in, and I'm be like, all right, what we gonna do about it? You see what I'm saying? Because something's like, there's nothing I can't handle. So I've just learned all this time to have patience, because there's 3 kinds of people. There's people that's about to go through a storm, people going through a storm, and people coming out. The storm's not gonna stop. They're gonna keep coming. So you just gotta be strong and have patience, because it's just a storm.
You won't know what doors are open standing at the end of the hallway. The door frames will be visible at most, but the best way to know what door is open is to walk down the hall, stand face to face with a closed door, and open it yourself.
Yo, 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 yo.